Okay, see this purple area here? This is the next level of a tornado warning. The National Weather Service has pulled the trigger to say, and the news department should be on top of this and heading somebody that way so we can get a live report as soon as possible to you, that they are confirming there has been a sighting of a tornado with this particular storm, the one that's moving from Brown County and into Adams County. Now, this is moving off to the east right now, and it's moving off at about 40 miles an hour. And I want to leave up some ETA values because right now, see that circulation that's right there? That's our radar saying that there is low-level circulation and that there is likely perhaps something on the ground as well. Let's take a look at some of the other factors here. The possibility of this tornado, and there's certainly some significant hail associated with it, moving through Mowrystown here just about now with some of that area. Now it's going to continue to move off to the east, and it'll probably shade somewhat northeast as we continue to watch it move. A lot of lightning with this particular storm, 117 strikes in that area, and 66 located around this particular storm as well. We're seeing the circulation pretty much over the top of Mowrystown. You need to be in your tornado safe location, and that circulation continues down pretty close to Winchester as well and Seaman. Everybody in your basement into the innermost part of your home. That's what you need to do right at this moment as this powerful tornadic storm continues to move to you. And we're seeing this storm moving off at a rate of 40 miles an hour. So the good news is, hopefully, this lifts again and moves through rather quickly. But at present, we are still following this storm as a confirmed tornado from the National Weather Service. We're also following another tornado warning, and I don't want to leave you folks out of this. The folks who are in the Leesburg area, it looks like this storm, and I just want to confirm that. Yep, this storm is still out of your back door on its way through Highland County, the northern portions. This is the reflectivity, the amount of rain that's falling in that area. I'm going to take a look at some of the velocity rates of this storm. And as we look at it, I want to see here there's some clear notching going on, meaning there's some strong inflow across that area. And as we look at things, we see it right around the Mowrystown area and stretching down through Fincastle and Macon. Through Sardinia. This is showing some of that circulation, and to draw it onto the map, it's showing here from Mowrystown through 5 points and really stretching back toward about Mowrystown like that. That's some of the strongest winds going toward and away from the radar. To pinpoint some of those winds, we've got winds in the 40s there. We've got winds in the what looks like 30s and 20s here. So there's some strong circulation going on with this storm at the surface. And right now, if there is a tornado on the ground, and the Weather Service is saying it's been confirmed, we haven't had the word officially come down, but the reason why they turn it purple is because they have gotten some kind of spotter or some authority who has said they have seen a tornado there. So again, this is why we're on top of this storm and continuing coverage. Now, as we look at this storm, you'll notice for the ETA values that are in here now, we're looking at this storm, and I'll push it up just a little bit, moving through Seaman at 7:33. So you folks know that the core of this storm is heading to you at that point. Other folks like Winchester, you're now in the middle of the storm. So that's in the middle of what's going on right now. Let's see. Issues a severe thunderstorm warning for Bracken, Kent, and Pendleton. Looks like a new severe thunderstorm warning. I'm going to remind you folks in the area by Mowrystown out through Adams County, you're under an active tornado warning with a confirmed sighting of a tornado. Now, the other yellow bar that you see around there is the rest of the storm, and you'll see this blue area here. That indicates there's severe hail of at least an inch with that particular storm. Now, for this other part of the storm that is severe but not tornadic, it's moving into Georgetown by 7:30 and Russellville at 7:39. Now, to back into the tornado warning that's active, I think you can see that green and red shade rather clearly showing some rotational properties. Yes,
The
Craig.
National Weather Service report says that the radar is indicating debris in the air as well.
Okay, they obviously have, that's why they're reporting this. Thank you, Craig, for the update. And you'll see the properties that are happening right here, creating that rotation and that area. And I want to make sure that I get it right here by 62, put it back in the spot there. It's running from about Sugar Tree down to Macon. And you folks in Emerald are right in the middle of this. So you're right in the thick of all of this storminess and this tornadic activity as it stands right now. I want to back things out, take a look at what's going on. The National Weather Service has dropped the warning for you folks in Highland County. So that's good news there. But you'll notice we have active severe thunderstorm warnings and a tornado warning. Just to recap, we have a severe thunderstorm warning. And I want to put on the reflectivity because I think most folks are commonly watching that. And you'll see that the thunderstorm is back by 27 in Campbell County. Now it continues to move. Let's just check that. Moves off to the east at 38 miles an hour. And there's a little ETA for that particular storm. New Richmond at 7:35, Moscow at 7:41, and Amelia at 7:43. Now you'll notice here for the severe thunderstorm warning, this is out till 8 o'clock. This particular part of the storm, the one that's here by Georgetown, essentially 7:29, it's going to be on the backside of the storm because that's where this skid is placed, back here. So in other words, you're about to go into it here in the next few minutes, but you'll be done at 7:29. Now, on the other factor, the backside will be past Ripley. The reason why is it's ripping, sort of speak, at 40 miles an hour. There's also severe hail with this, so there's going to be some hail possibility of that kind of damage. This particular part of the storm heading toward Winchester is at the center of the storm. You'll continue to see these storminess right through 7:42, and this will continue off to the east at 40 miles an hour. Now, this is a bit concerning as well. We're seeing our tornado index at 3.8. That's a powerful rotating storm right at the moment. And as I noticed, there is a small area here at the center of the storm that you'll see there in green. Right here around that area where the center of the storm is located, it broke away. That's good news because that was a very powerful rotation that's going on there that creates something that we call a bounded weak echo region, meaning a weaker echo region like green or blue that's lower down the scale of radar. And everybody knows we go from that green up to that red or purple scale. Now, as we continue to watch what happens, we're seeing this particular storm here. Now we have an updated tornado warning that's been cut down because the storm is starting to move past Mowrystown, but that's not to say that this storm is as lessened around Mowrystown. If you are listening, watching around that area, stay in your tornado safe location for now. As we look at some of the ETA and the importance of this storm, it looks like we are seeing a very powerful rotating storm. When we see our tornado index up at 3s and 4s like we've seen today, we know we probably have some active rotation that's probably visual from the ground and starting to lower. At that stage, we could be talking about the base of the storm rotating, not necessarily a funnel cloud. We have had confirmation of a confirmed tornado in this area. So at any moment, this is why we're under an active tornado warning and why we will continue to be until 7:45. So we're going to stay with this coverage to let you know what's going on. At present, this storm, if you notice, and we're going to just tag it right here for the best ETA, on its way to, just a second, Peebles is right there, so you can see it in the screen, and that's at 7:42. So this storm itself is going to be to you here shortly, and that's it looks like the center of the storm. As I look at it again, it sure is, because you can see some of this almost bending nature of some of the winds here. You don't often see that, I'll tell you that, folks, because again, these winds that are going toward the radar, okay, are now bending, and you'll notice how this is getting very tight tight in here. Let me just pull down in nice and tight so we can update. You folks in Jessup, you're about to see some really extraordinarily strong winds in that area, and you're going to see these kind of rotational winds that cause damage. You know, the kind that knocks over trees, the kind that takes shingles off of a roof, because we're seeing this rotation happening within this general area here that I will draw from about Sugar Tree, Emerald, and then back toward you folks out there in Jessup and May Hill. This is the most stormiest area, the most threatening part of the storm right now by State Route 247, and it continues to move off to the east, as we mentioned, at about 40 miles an hour.